gotta say, I am fantastic, la la la, I am fantastic.
Everyone, I'm going to bring you some information on the coronavirus, another update. Seems like people are watching my little updates. There's lots of information on the internet. You need to get educated. There's a lot of things being hidden from the public. I just heard that Washington State has closed all the government offices. They're suspending the Sixth Amendment, something like that. I'll find out more later. We're going to be joined in a few minutes by one of my ambassadors, Linda from Italy. She's got some information directly from Italy about some things that hasn't been reported. What I have just discovered is that even though they're saying maybe 1% people are dying from the coronavirus, that 1% represents 10 times what people are dying from the influenza. I know a lot of people catch the influenza. And so the important thing to remember right now is it's going to get a lot worse. Don't panic. Just educate yourself. Protect yourself. They're probably going to be closing the schools because the schools are the best way to spread influenza, and they're also going to be able to spread the coronavirus. Some of my past reports of some fantastic people that have got incredible information about the coronavirus. They've been studying it since the 70s. What else did I hear recently? Pete Santilli just did a big broadcast. The stock market, it's Monday morning right now. Stock market opened up at $1,300 down. It's going to be crashing more. Oil prices are plummeting. There's going to be a lot of closures. Italy, of course, as you might know, closed all their public venues, the museums. And with Washington State closing their government offices, which hasn't been reported yet, is really bad. So fear is going to be the biggest detriment to this coronavirus. Wash your hands. The coronavirus lives on a surface for weeks. And so anything that the public touches, you must wash your hands immediately after touching it. In restaurants, the servers are going to have to be very careful. They're picking up forks, knives, and plates of people that have been eating at the restaurant. It's a dire situation, but don't let fear destroy your life. Don't let panic destroy your life. Think positive. That you'll be okay. A very small percentage is going to die, but and then of course we're going to learn in a few minutes that it's not just the old people that like they're reporting. So let me put it on pause. Lynn will be joining us in a minute. She may or may not be on camera. Depends how she feels, but she has some very good information coming directly from Italy because she is Italian. So stay tuned for an interview with Linda. Stay fantastic, everybody. Stay positive. You got to be positive about these kind of things. Hey, everybody. I am back with one of my ambassadors, and she's a lovely lady from Italy. So we're going to bring you some information that she knows personally what's going on in Italy. But you should also know that she's very smart. She's protecting her child against going on field trips. Her child's in high school, and they have 2 trips planned this week, which is going to expose them to a great amount of people. And children are already exposed to a great amount of people in school. So they will be closing schools because children are the best form of spreading any virus, whether it be influenza or corona. So a good preparation is to close public events. The courts, as you might know, today, Monday, the 9th of March, they're in Washington State. They've closed the courts. The government protects itself. They got to start protecting the people. It's all about knowledge. Don't be panicked. Don't be fearful. Just protect yourself. Now, Linda, what do you know about coming from out of Italy personally? You told me a couple things earlier.
The situation is drastic. The reason why they have so many infected people is because they've been testing for a long time. And testing is free in Italy. So everybody that has a little flu or anything has a test. So that's why they know about so many cases. But they are preventing death by isolating people. They don't go out anymore. And that's the only way you can fight the virus, by not spreading it. Because if you, like already they have a problem, if too many people need the oxygen, when you go to the hospital, there's no places, they don't have enough, and they don't want that to happen. So that's why they stay at home. People don't go out anymore.
You say
That's the only prevention.
they're getting a ticket, you said, if they go out in public?
It's getting really bad that they are going to do that because the teenagers, you know,
They want to go out.
They want to go out, so
course.
they found out the teenager, they're out of school, they think it's a vacation, and they don't listen to their parents, and so they go out and they have parties. So they're gonna do something about that too.
What did you say about the young person dying?
Oh yeah, young people's die too. I mean, because it goes to if you have a fever and you have a sore throat, it's already too late. By the time you're missing oxygen, and so you suffocate. And so people on the street driving a motor scooter, one person driving a scooter, young, starting to breathe and died. So it's bad. It's really bad. So here.
And you're getting
in
information.
America, the economy is
Your friends from Italy are calling you with personal stories.
personal
So it's not
story.
like
They
it's
stay
not rumored.
home, and people they prefer to stay home.
16 million people quarantined? What cities? Do you know the cities in Italy?
It's a little more in the north. North. Lombardia and Piedmont, Modena, Milan.
So what do you tell the audience to do? What should they do right now?
Try to limit your outing. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. And if you can avoid, try to stay home.
Yeah. They say the mask is really to protect you from yourself because the average person touches their face 90 times a day.
Yeah, that's it. The mask is only for that. So you remember not to touch your nose and your mouth.
See, look, I just touched my nose.
Yeah,
it's just a common thing. Scratching, you know.
Disinfect your hands, wash your hands constantly. And if you touch something, remember not to touch your face if you can.
Don't touch your face.
But limit the outing. Try not to go to places where there's too many people. And when you go out to the grocery store, buy your stuff, and by the way, before you get inside the car, disinfect, with the gel.
Yeah, like when you're getting gas.
Yeah.
Any place the public might touch. You know, servers.
And when you see somebody, they say, oh, it's just a cold. It might not be just a cold because I have a friend that had a cold and she went to Kaiser and they found out she had a fever, so they protected themselves with masks and everything, but they didn't do a test. And then she went home. She even wanted a test. They didn't have a kit to do the test, or they didn't want to do it. So she probably has it, and she's contagious. Like
I heard it's expensive,
but nobody knows here. And that's why there's no many infected people, because nobody's been tested unless you travel. That's all.
Because it's expensive, I heard the tests.
And
there's not many of them.
Yeah.
They don't have enough tests anyway.
Exactly.
But
in Italy, it's free, and they test you.
So that's why everyone's being tested.
Everybody.
So if everyone was being tested right now, it would be a lot worse.
Oh, here it's a lot worse. In Europe, they talk about there is the video.
Right.
From the UK that I sent you.
Yeah, that was
the
very...
scientists said that here it's going to be much worse.
Check
than
my
Italy.
Facebook. I put it on Facebook, everybody. Very important video I just posted a little while ago. Watch that video. This guy is extremely knowledgeable on the situation, and you need to watch that. Okay, well, we might come back in a few minutes. We're going to get some coffee.
Thank you.
And thanks for listening, everybody.
Ciao.
Protect yourselves. Protect your loved ones. Don't go out in public places. Don't touch public services. I was going to say, think about the restaurants, all the restaurants where people are eating and the server touches the forks and knives and spoons and plates.
I'm not going to a restaurant. Even though I don't like to cook, I don't care. I'm going to try to cook and learn.
And then there's the people that, did you see the video where the guy's sipping out of a ladle at the market where you can serve yourself soup? He sipped out of the ladle and put it back in the pot.
Wonderful.
Isn't that wonderful? We'll be back in a little bit, everybody. Okay, everybody, we're back. We got our coffee. We just met the server at this beautiful place called Calamigos Ranch. 25-cent coffee. You got to love it. Same coffee you pay $4 for at Starbucks, we get for 25 cents here out in Malibu. But the point is, I introduced the Be Fantastic movement to the young man, and I told him we told him real briefly, that everything he's touching, that the public's touching, it could be, if it's contaminated, which it can be, it goes to him. and he's touching their glasses whenever they have a cocktail or a cup of coffee. He's touching the cup that they drank out of because he has to bring it to get washed. So did you see his eyes wide and open when we told him how everything that he touches that the public touches, even the coffee urn where we poured our public cup, that little bitty surface right there, the public's touching. So now I gotta disinfect my hands because I touched that little public thing. Safe than sorry. Knowledge. I told the guy, knowledge is power. The more you know, the easier life is. But you need to not panic. See, people are panicking now because, here's one important. I turned it back on because Linda said something very important here. In Italy, they care more for the public safety than the stock market. Expand on that, Linda.
Well, they were honest by telling what's going on right away, and in Europe they were the most honest.
Yeah.
That's why, in Germany they have cases, but just now they're starting to tell the truth. But Italy was
the first to really.
One. Yeah,
and Italy, like she was saying earlier,
even though the economy was bad, now it's going to be much worse, but they took the chance.
Well, I mean, I think you'd rather be alive than,
But in the beginning, they were saying they were telling the truth. The other people, some politicians, they were saying, it's not true, don't listen to the news, don't panic, it's just like influenza. They were saying it, they were trying to, and some politicians, but then when they saw the problem got really bad, they started telling the truth.
Now, you were just over in Italy recently. When was that?
No, in December.
In December. That was before. Well, actually, that was when it was happening.
Yeah.
But luckily you...
I know, because it's been so many months, so I never got sick.
That's good.
Thank God.
But ladies and gentlemen, this young lady is really being proactive. She's very concerned that her son's going to go on a trip tomorrow with a bunch of kids in a bus. And again, kids are what can spread it incredibly fast. So don't not think that the schools are going to be closed very soon. But again, anyway, don't have fear. I just want to tell people, fear is what kills most people, even in any emergency.
Mm-hmm.
Is what fear.
But the good side is, and the positive, if you want to see some...
We always want to look on the positive side.
Yeah. Stay home with your family, enjoy...
Yeah. That's the positive. See,
you want it to be on your phone all the time, you can stay home and be on your phone.
I am the professor of positivity. There is a positive side to everything. Like she says, you're going to have more family time, being secluded.
Slow
if you
down
can
your
work
life.
from home, a lot of people can work from home.
Yeah.
You're going to save money on gas. You're not going to be in big crowds. Do not go to concerts, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine all these discotheques every night, all these young kids jumping around and passing around the drinks and things. Anyway, everybody, that's enough for today. Linda, thank you so much for telling us what you know from Italy. This is a direct source because she's Italian. She talks to her friends all the time, and they're honest. Countries need to be honest. And we're going to get through it. They're saying it's close to the Spanish flu. Remember the Spanish flu?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What was it, 1918?
1919, yeah, something like that.
1918 or
That was
19.
pretty bad.
But
I mean,
I bet it is, yeah.
when How Are You was invented, it was the bubonic plague, which killed a third of the world. The bubonic plague.
Oh, my God.
That's where they came out with. That's where they came out with How Are You?
We just have to hope for a miracle.
Well,
that's all at this point.
Again, prevention, everybody. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned for more information now and again when I come up with it. But go to the internet. That's where you're going to find your news. Don't rely on the major networks because they're tainted by money. Everybody, be fantastic, stay positive, and join the movement. If you like what you're hearing, like, subscribe, share. We need to tell our loved ones to be prepared and be fantastic. Okay, Linda was just telling me that if you keep your throat moist every 15 minutes, it's going to...
you sip water
going to protect
every 15 minutes.
From infections. Another thing is if you keep your body in the correct mineral balance, And if you go to BeFantasticToday.com and the products, look for the Dr. Fantastic's Magnificent Mineral Elixir. And that has the correct mineral balance for human beings. When you have the right mineral balance, your immune system will protect you against diseases, against infections, against viruses. It's when you don't have the right mineral balance that you're going to be susceptible to diseases. Diseases breed in acidic environments. Most everyone's acidic because they drink coffee, they drink wine, they eat foods with preservatives, and so it breaks down our immune system by not having the right mineral balance. The correct mineral balance is what you need in your body. You can get it from me or you can get it from others, but balance your body and you'll protect yourself from a lot of diseases and problems. So that's a little medical message for the day. BeFantasticToday.com is my website. Lots of fantastic products and services. And you can meet our ambassadors, fantastic people. We have 185 ambassadors as of today. Everybody, be fantastic. Thanks for listening. And we're going to bring you more and more information because information is power. Be fantastic, everybody. How are you, Linda?
Fantastic.
There she goes.
Gotta say, I am fantastic, la la la. I am fantastic.